you need a thorough, especially right now when things are the way they are. I would recommend anyone who could be detained, who is undocumented. Right now is a good time to talk to a good attorney. Make sure that you have a plan, that you know what your options are. Are you eligible for bond if you're detained? And if you're not, you don't want to waste your money on that. Figure out something else. Have a plan B. But I think number one is making sure that that this is a legit consultation. You're going to have to pay for it because good things aren't free, but in the end this is your future, right? So that's, I think, number one. I think another thing too, which we see a lot, we get a lot of clients that come to us from attorneys' offices where they have no one responds to them once they open the case. They're MIA, right? Nobody responds, nobody answers questions. I think it's important to ask the attorney during the consultation, what is the process like in the office? How long will it be before you respond to me? Who's going to respond to me if I have questions? You need to know what that process is like. Like in our office, all my assistants know they have to respond within 48 hours. I mean, obviously we can't respond immediately always because we're very, very busy, but every client will get a response, everyone. I don't ever want to leave a client hanging. So I think those are two important things, knowing, and then of course, even going back one step, make sure your attorney is actually an attorney. Nowadays, for immigration law, the attorney doesn't have to be licensed in the state where you're living. So for example, I represent clients all over the country. Immigration law is federal. So as long as the attorney is licensed in one of the 50 states, it could even actually be Puerto Rico as well, then that person is licensed to be able to practice immigration law. But you need to confirm, ask them what state they're licensed in. You go to Google, every state bar now has like a directory where you can easily look up that attorney. So I think that's also very important because especially in the Latin community, we have a lot of notaries, people who are notaries in the US, and in Latin America, that means something very different, but they use it here to make people think that they have some special knowledge, and they don't, because to be a notary in the US, you don't even have to have a high school diploma. It's a very different thing than being a notario in Latin America, right? But they know exactly what they're doing when they say, I'm a notario, because people assume that they're well-educated, they understand the law. So I think that is also important. And then, checking out I actually want to put out there, because this is a great place to search for immigration lawyers. I'm a member of the American Immigration Lawyers Association. That is the association for anyone. The way I say it is, if you're a serious immigration attorney, you're going to be a member of that organization. They update us on the daily with information. And they actually have a search. So when I can't handle a case and there's not a colleague I want to send them to, I will tell people, go to this website, and it's AILAlawyer.com. So AILA is AILA, American Immigration Lawyers Association, AILAlawyer.com.